All right, guys. So you may not know, heritage is a big thing when you're buying, even renting, when you're selling, even what landlords or tenants or whatever. There are heritage items that you got to watch out for. So we're going to teach you today how to keep an eye out for heritage and what it actually means. Property. Stay tuned. Cleo's been watching Netflix.
One might call me heritage.
Significance. That's a compliment. That's a compliment. It's double. It's double. It's a double-edged sword. Hey, welcome today, Cleo, expert property manager of
Thank you.
20 years.
20 years, I reckon. 20 and a bit now, getting old.
20 and a bit. Now, tell us, we're all exposed to heritage in one way or another. We probably don't even know it. When it comes to property and heritage, how do we choose this topic? You were watching something on Netflix.
Yeah, I was watching the lost story of Melbourne and how this documentary shows Melbourne from the 1800s till present day and what they did to the city. Because it was quite a progressive city. It was even more popular than Sydney back in the day, and they had one of the tallest skyscrapers in the world, even compared to, America. And, at some point they thought the town buildings in the 60s and 70s, they pretty much demolished all the what we would now consider heritage listed properties and cinemas, which when you watch it, it's such a shame if you like old worldly stuff and things with character like I do. I was quite sad watching what had been there and what's not there anymore.
Now, it's what constitutes heritage?
Look, it's something that's, governed by local significance, whether it be social significance, architectural significance. It's linked to a time or person or people of a region or a country. So there are a lot of deciding factors. We don't see a lot of heritage properties for rent in our area based on, just where we live. But I'm sure, in the city where you live, might there be many, many, many properties that are heritage listed there. And just, it's a wonderful thing that we do have these, bodies now that's you can't touch that. But I know, for example, yourself in sales, is it a good thing or a bad thing if the property is heritage listed? It's difficult, isn't it? It's not good.
It's probably more bad than good. Where people actually do really well with it is they work with it.
Yeah.
So I've sold heritage homes. There's some in Freshwater. I've sold some heritage homes, and providing they keep the flavour of the heritage item, i.e. don't knock it down, i.e. when you can see people actually do okay with it. So as an example, I think you see that in the city. So they'll leave the facade and then they'll whack this 50-story building behind it, but the facade's intact and it remains. Now, that whole heritage thing would have scared off a lot of people buying that building. So sometimes it's, you can do okay with it. But if you're staying, there's heritage facades and there's heritage internals as well, or significance. And sometimes when that significance is strewn through the insides of the building, that's expensive. So the town hall is an example of that, where
Yeah.
it's not just the outside you're maintaining its integrity of heritage, but it's the inside. So the paints, everything used, the tiles, everything used is processed and question marked and delivered to be within that heritage scope. That's really expensive. It can cost, if you have to do that.
Yeah, and I often watch, those billionaires that build brand new mansions and they take little bits of heritage things and they incorporate that vintage or antique. But yeah, it'd be very hard to do the whole structure, like you said, and maintain it. I managed Harry Seidler property in Newport
Yeah.
many years ago. The grandparents had commissioned how it was in the avenue, and our client was the grandson, and it was basically like a box that Harry Seidler's whole thing was light. So one whole side of the house, if you can imagine a shoebox, I know that sounds terrible, but it was just all glass. And then there was these gigantic velvet cushions, curtains that would just, come all the way along, and they were part of the design. The paint for the front doors was a very special blue paint, a red paint for the other door. So it had a red door and a blue door, very iconic to his work. And we managed it to just normal punches. So having explained is bleach for the grouting and the tiles, like it was really hard getting the right tenant in there that was going to respect the property for what it was. Then it just,
Yes, the tenancy. Wow.
yeah, so we had an artist there. We had, even had a famous celebrity who was, obsessed with Harry Seidler's work, and he was just so upset at how run down the house was. And he did end up taking it because he thought he'd be there forever restoring it back to its glory. So, yeah, like I do like heritage things. Like even our Coolabro Cinema, I get nostalgic when I drive past and look at it sometimes. It's really cool.
There's some cool places. So, guys and girls, if you've just tuned in, we're talking about heritage, the significance, the goods, the bads, the horrors that we see with it. They are around. They don't have to be old, but to give you an idea, we won a legal court case once based upon views towards heritage significant rock.
What? A rock? Was that so you can build?
Rocks to be heritage. So if you look at, for instance, South Head or Head apartments, you are enjoying views towards those rocks, and you are taking away from public domain that view or enjoyment of those rocks. Cannot do that for very reason. So, there's preservation with, with the outside, there's of home, there's preservation with the inside, there's preservation with views towards. So, for instance, in this particular case, there's development being built going up the carriageway of the road. So anyone walking on that road or driving on that road can't enjoy the view of the heritage land and
Yeah, wow. We lost you a little bit in the feed there, Mark. You must be in a tunnel. But yeah, I do appreciate that you can maybe even go too far with heritage. We're in this very woke society where we kind of fend or do anything to anyone or anything, and preserving a rock. I understand, like, of course, that we have the biggest. It's interesting in rental properties and sale properties. We probably don't see it as much, but it's something that I'm definitely interested in, and I do love our little pockets of the beaches that do have those heritage sites. Like even the Coleroy has the facade, like you said, and they've gutted the inside, but that facade has to remain the same.
I don't know why, but thank you very much, Leo. That is heritage for today, and I believe we've informed a little bit about the health of some people out there.
Have a great day, everyone. I'm pretty sure Mark said that's it. We're wrapped up.